For centuries, humanity has been captivated by tales of giants, colossal beings who once roamed the earth, towering over mortals and shaping the landscapes we see today. But were these giants real, or are they simply the products of myth and imagination? Throughout history, cultures around the world have recounted stories of giants, from the Nephilim in the Bible to the Titans of Greek mythology. In this video, we will explore these fascinating tales, examine archaeological evidence, and delve into the scientific debate surrounding the existence of giants. Join us as we journey through history, legend, and even controversy to uncover the truth about giants. The idea of giants appears in nearly every culture around the globe. In the Bible, the Nephilim are described as mighty beings who lived before the Great Flood, offspring of the sons of God and human women. They were known for their great strength and size, and their presence was said to be one of the reasons for the flood. Goliath, perhaps the most famous giant from Scripture, stood between 7 and 10 feet tall, depending on the translation. His defeat by David is one of the most iconic stories in religious history, symbolizing the triumph of faith and courage over brute strength. His defeat by David is one of the most iconic stories in religious history. Similarly, Greek mythology speaks of the Gigantes, giants born from Gaia, who waged war against the Olympian gods in a legendary battle known as the Gigantomachy. These giants were often depicted with serpentine legs and immense strength, representing the chaotic forces of nature. Norse mythology tells of Jötnar, giants who embodied primal forces of nature and often clashed with gods like Thor. One famous Jotun, Ymir, was said to be the ancestor of all giants and was slain by Odin and his brothers to create the world from his body. Even Mesoamerican traditions speak of giants like the Quinametsin, believed to have built ancient cities such as Teotihuacan during a previous age of the world. These giants were considered to be the builders of great civilizations and were often associated with the gods. In Celtic mythology, the Fomorians were a race of giants who represented the destructive forces of nature. They were often in conflict with the Tuatha De Danann, the gods of light and life, in a struggle that symbolized the battle between chaos and order. Indian mythology features the Rakshasas, powerful giants and demons who were often antagonists in epic tales like the Ramayana. These beings were known for their immense strength and magical abilities, and their stories often conveyed moral lessons about good and evil. But what about physical evidence? Over the years, there have been countless claims of giant skeletons unearthed around the world. In North America alone, reports dating back to the 19th century describe skeletons ranging from 7 to 20 feet tall, found in burial mounds attributed to the mound builders. One such discovery was made in Lovelock Cave, Nevada, where miners reportedly uncovered red-haired mummies measuring up to 10 feet tall. These remains were said to belong to a race of giants described in Paiute legends as cannibalistic enemies defeated by Native Americans long ago. In addition, oversized femur bones and jaw bones have been discovered, suggesting the existence of humans much larger than average. The Cardiff Giant, a famous hoax from the 19th century, was inspired by numerous reports of giant skeletons, reflecting the widespread belief in giants at the time. Other findings include large tools and weapons that would have been impractical for average-sized humans, further fueling the speculation about the existence of giants. However, many of these discoveries have disappeared from public view, sparking one of history's most persistent conspiracy theories that the Smithsonian Institution has been actively suppressing evidence of giants for over a century. According to author Richard J. Dewhurst in The Ancient Giants Who Ruled America, thousands of giant skeletons unearthed at mound builder sites were sent to the Smithsonian only to vanish without explanation. Dewhurst alleges that this suppression began in 1879, under Major John Wesley Powell's leadership, as part of a pro-evolution agenda aimed at discrediting alternative histories that didn't align with manifest destiny or mainstream science. Historical accounts add fuel to this theory. In 1924, on Catalina Island, archaeologist Ralph Glidden reportedly uncovered a burial complex containing over 4,000 skeletons, including several individuals over 9 feet tall, and artifacts suggesting an advanced society ruled by these giants. Yet today, these findings are nowhere to be found in Smithsonian records or public collections. Critics argue that this is part of a deliberate effort to erase evidence that challenges conventional narratives about human history. So why aren't these remains on display? Some researchers claim to have found internal Smithsonian documents and memos that hint at a systematic effort to hide these findings. Conspiracy theorists suggest that secretive meetings and hidden archives are part of a larger agenda to control historical narratives. Independent researchers and alternative historians have also pointed to other alleged giant skeleton discoveries around the world, claiming a pattern of suppression. Whistleblowers and former Smithsonian employees have occasionally come forward with testimonies that support these claims, though their accounts are often dismissed by mainstream scholars. The debate continues, with critics and proponents fiercely arguing over the existence and suppression of these giant remains. So why aren't these remains on display? The mystery endures, leaving us to wonder what truths might still be hidden in the shadows of history. Mainstream scientists often attribute reports of giant skeletons to hoaxes or misidentifications of megafauna like mastodons or dinosaurs. For example, in Tennessee during the late 1800s, a massive skeleton exhibited as belonging to a giant was later identified as mastodon bones mounted on a timber frame. Similarly, many oversized footprints and tools attributed to giants are now understood as natural formations or artifacts from extinct species. Science also provides challenges to the idea of true giants existing among humans. The tallest recorded human in modern history was Robert Wadlow, who stood at 8 feet 11 inches due to gigantism, a rare hormonal disorder that comes with severe health complications. Beyond this height, human skeletal structures would struggle under their own weight due to biomechanical limitations explained by the square cube law. Some experts argue that ancient myths of giants could be rooted in the discovery of large bones from extinct species, which were misinterpreted by early humans. Geneticists have also explored the possibility of genetic mutations that could have led to larger than average humans, though no evidence supports the existence of true giants. Anthropologists suggest that cultural stories of giants may have been exaggerated over time, influenced by the discovery of unusually large human remains or artifacts. Historical texts and ancient manuscripts often describe giants, but these accounts are typically seen as allegorical or symbolic rather than literal. Modern technology such as advanced imaging and 3D reconstructions continues to provide new insights, but so far, no conclusive evidence of true giants has been found. Yet some mysteries remain tantalizingly unexplained. Sites like Gilgal Rephaim in Israel, a massive stone structure dating back to 3500 BCE, are sometimes linked to biblical giants like Og of Bashan, while mainstream archaeology attributes such constructions to advanced engineering by ancient civilizations. Others speculate about lost knowledge or even supernatural intervention. The Smithsonian's role in this controversy continues to draw attention despite denials from its officials. Some argue that their collection practices during the 19th and early 20th centuries were opaque at best, particularly when it came to Native American remains collected under policies that would now be considered unethical or exploitative. In remote areas, ancient cave paintings and mysterious symbols on rocks hint at the existence of beings of extraordinary size. The Lovelock Cave in Nevada is another site shrouded in mystery, where legends speak of red-haired giants who once roamed the area. Ancient texts and manuscripts from various cultures also tell tales of giants, suggesting a widespread belief in their existence across different civilizations. On remote islands, large stone statues and structures further fuel theories about giants, with some believing these colossal figures were built by or for these mythical beings. Ultimately, whether giants truly existed may depend on how we define them. Were they literal beings who walked among us, or are they metaphors for humanity's fears and aspirations, larger-than-life figures embodying our struggles against forces beyond our control? Throughout our journey, we've explored ancient texts, archaeological findings, and folklore from around the world. We've seen evidence that could suggest the existence of giants, but also interpretations that lean towards myth and legend. Experts remain divided, with some advocating for the possibility of real historical giants, while others see these stories as symbolic. Perhaps they are both echoes of real phenomena filtered through myth and imagination over millennia. What do you think? Could there be more to these stories than meets the eye? The mystery of giants continues to captivate us, inviting us to ponder the boundaries between history and myth. Follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise for more incredible journeys into history and legend.